In this video, I'm going to be talking about the difference between low ticket versus high ticket. Going to cover a couple pros about each, couple of cons, and just tell you my journey and how I went from charging $250 all the way to 25,000 for some of our higher ticket packages, on average 5 to 10,000 bucks, and how you can do it too at scale with the expertise you have now. And if you don't have the expertise, I can show you how to get it so you can charge high ticket. Or after I show you the pros and cons, you might want to stay with low ticket. The main thing here between the two is just perceived value, right? I'll give you an example. There is a product that I used to sell for 250 bucks, right? 250 bucks. At one point, I charged 250, and then all I did was add a 0 and a comma to the exact same product, and I actually sold more of it and got clients better results by charging $2,500. Now, this was like 3-4 years ago when I first started selling high ticket, and honestly, at the time, I was just blown away that people would even pay me that much, right? So I want to talk to you about, the pros of both, right? So the pros and cons of both. So with low ticket, right, there are, some pros and there are quite a bit of cons in my opinion. The pros, low ticket, you don't really have to do sales calls, right? No sales calls. You don't really have to do a lot of, what's it called? Belief shifting. So it's almost like it's easier to market in the sense of, I wouldn't even say that it's easier to market. It's less of a burden, right? So whenever you're charging 250 bucks, right, it's less a percentage of the person's total net worth than high ticket usually. So I wouldn't say that it's easier to market. It's just more people can afford it. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So no sales calls, easier to market. That's really the only pros in my opinion, right? I would say this: it's an easier entry level, right? So you're able to sell more people on it to basically create your own farm. Now, the cons of it is people expect too much, right? It's crazy how the people who paid me $48 for our $48 course expect more than the people who paid us, $10,000, right? So the cons are they expect too much. People don't do the work, right? A lot of people don't. They don't do the work. They don't get the results, right? People ask for like refunds, right? There's less touch, right? So there's a less hands-on and less active environment, so people write bad reviews. Now you can scale a low-ticket product, and I have one, but this is just what I've seen. So the pros are sales calls are automated, market, more people can buy it, entry level, so then people have the chance to upgrade. But overall, in my experience, and most people that I talk to, they don't like low ticket, right? So let me kind of show you the pros and cons of increasing your prices, right? And then I want to dive into just some beliefs about both on why you should or shouldn't charge what you're charging. But the end goal of this video is to show you that it's possible to do low ticket if you want to, or to show you that it's possible to charge high ticket if you want to. And if you're currently already charging high ticket, I want to help you increase your price in this video, and I'm not going to take long to do it. So, high ticket, the pros are, high margins, right? High profit, I'll say, right? Big buy-in. The customers are totally bought in and they'll do the work. Pros are, great case studies because they actually do what you tell them to do, right? Ideally, I would say it this way: it's typically a higher level client. And I don't mean to prejudge people by their income level, but typically people who steward their business well enough to be able to afford high ticket, they typically have a well-oiled machine, versus 250. They could have got that anywhere. Another pro is just scalability, right? So if you're running ads, It gives you the profit to reinvest back into ads. And honestly, I mean, there's probably a lot more, but those are like the main ones, right? High profit, there's extreme buy-in, you get great case studies, higher level clients, and a big one is just like the scalability, right? So if I could show you how to charge $10,000 for your program, and you're currently charging $500, why would you not, charge more, right? So, I mean, the cons of high ticket are you get to work with less people, which some people don't even think that's a con. I kind of like it. Another con could be you'll get the money objection a lot if you don't market good, right? So if you know how to market, right, to high ticket, you could just destroy this objection in your content. That way people only book calls with you who can afford your product or your payment plan options, right? So cons, less people, money objection. You do have to keep making new sales, right? New sales, meaning this. Somebody pays you $10,000 this month, you got all the cash up front, unless they're on a payment plan, 6K times 2, 4K times 3, 3K times 4. And if they don't do that, then you're basically receiving all the cash now, so then you have to make another sell next month. So you're basically always marketing, right? And you honestly have to do the same over here, right? You always have to be marketing. So that's not really a con. It's just part of the game, right? And there is a middle ground between the two, right? So if you ask me, Brandon, would you rather do low ticket or high ticket? When you're first starting out, 100% high ticket. And I would keep high ticket forever. I would use your low ticket, like for me, I have a $48 course, right? Where people, buy it, and then they go through the modules, right? And at the end of the modules, there's basically a video selling them on my high ticket, right? And so what I do is I actually make a 2x ROAS just off of an automated course. Then everybody who upgrade into high ticket is 100% profit. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but if you're going to charge low ticket, right, it's typically for people. Let me do this. I think this would be really helpful. Like who low ticket is good for and who it's not good for. In my opinion, right, you could do low ticket if you have a big audience, it works, or a big ad budget, or a big retargeting audience, meaning you've got a big list and we can load it into Ads Manager and retarget that list with a cold friendly low ticket offer that you have a decent ad budget or audience to sell it to and with, right? I would say don't do low ticket if you have a small audience, right? If you don't have a high ticket upsell, and if you don't have a proven process, right? So, I mean, that's the only way I'd even do this. And I would only say do it if it's not a distraction, right? So honestly, even then, I probably wouldn't suggest do it until you're at 50 to 150K a month and you could just bring on somebody to oversee this project for you. That's exactly what I did, right? So who high ticket is for? Honestly, and I'm not just saying this, it's for everyone, right? Whether you have a big audience, big or small, right? Doesn't matter. Whether you have ad budget or no ad budget, right? Doesn't matter. And if you have a retargeting audience or not, it really doesn't matter, right? And here's why. So in order to make $100,000 off of a, let's just say, low ticket would be, $497. Okay, you have to make how many sales? I'm just going to do some rough math. 200 sales, right? So you have to make 200 sales to get close to 100K, right? And I'm not even factoring in the expense of the ads that it costs to get those sales, which is probably, at least 30%. So 30K, 33K, whatever. You profit 70. That's if you're lucky and it works, right? And if you have the 30K to put into it, right? Testing, which most people don't. And most people don't even get the 3x ROAS that I'm talking about. You can, I'm not saying you can't, but most people don't. Now, let me show you HighTicket. If we had a 5K product, like 5 to 10K, which is what most of my clients charge, you're looking at 10 to 20 sales. In my opinion, not only, like the example that I give you at the beginning, is it easier to sell a high-ticket product because the perceived value is higher, but you have to make such a small amount of sales to make such a big amount of money, right? 10 to 20 people, depending on how much you charge, to say yes to make $100,000. And you can do it without ads if you have an audience, or you could layer in ads if you do. And most people that I see running high ticket ads get a 5 to even 15x return on ad spend. Meaning this, if you put in $1 into high ticket, you should get back 5 to 15. That, my friends, is called legally printing money. And that's exactly what I've been doing and my clients have been doing, for the last 15 months. So what I want to do is I want to give you a quick real-time example of somebody that I helped go from charging $500 to $6,000 and how he made $9,000 his very first week. Check this out. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here with Iyad. He joined the program, I believe, 3 or 4 days ago, right?
Yeah, on Friday. Today is what, Tuesday?
Yeah, so 4 days ago, and essentially had an awesome offer. He was helping people with closing lines and was charging $500. And he joined the program and created a high ticket offer. And I think like the second or third day got his first sale, bro. Could you just tell us like how that happened and what your experience has been so far?
Yeah, like I said, I joined the program. I was doing $500 for 6 months. So it was like I was making $80 a month off of one person. I joined the program. I watched the videos Brandon provided, and he said you have to switch to high ticket. I'm like, this dude's crazy. No one's gonna pay me high ticket. And I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Switch to high ticket. I actually you have to actually apply this stuff. So I actually sat there, watched all the videos, and I applied it the same night. Like I was hungry. Started running my ads. I made my script, launched the ads, and I was gaining followers like pretty much instantly because of my niche. And I had a bunch of inbound DMs. I didn't do any outreach, had nothing but inbound. And I just kind of qualified the DMs by like, who is my best fit? Found somebody I felt like would be a good fit. And I followed like the stuff Brandon provided. Like you have to make a really, really good offer. And that's what I kind of focused on when Brandon was talking about. So I made a good offer, like a compelling offer he could not regret. And I locked in a deal for $6,000 on my second or third day in the program.
So amazing, bro. Dude, just for like anyone who watches my stuff and had the thought that like no one would pay me $6,000 or whatever, like what would you say to them?
You have to actually like stop undervaluing yourself. You have to know what you're worth at the end of the day. Brandon had this like really good analogy with a red pill. It's gonna be hard for me to explain right now, but like it's like you have to figure out what your worth is and create an offer around that. Most of the time, if you bring enough value to the world or to someone, you could charge these high ticket offers. Like I said, I was doing $500 for 6 months. That's $80 a month. I was like, and when Brandon said you have to really think about it, I was like, am I really worth $80 a month for the amount of value I bring? So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do what I feel like I'm worth and what I bring. And I started like bouncing around like the 5 to 10 grand mark. And I was able to just close the deal for $6,000. And that really showed me like, damn, I bring a lot of value. So now it's anybody that DMs me, 7, 8 grand plus.
Yeah, 100%. Alex Hormozy in his book, he talked about like 6K, and then he pitched the next guy for 8, and then the next guy for 10, and people just kept paying. But
that's what I did. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, bro. And you have like 2 more locked in for tomorrow, right?
2 more locked in for tomorrow. Texting somebody right now. That could be a third one potentially So hopefully we might make 18 grand in the next day.
Well, dude, great stuff, bro. And yeah, it's only going to increase, and yeah, here to help you scale it, man. So
Get it, bro.
appreciate
I'm
it.
excited to be here, brother.
So as you can see, EOG went from charging $500 to $6,000 with one small tweak. I'm going to show you exactly what I walked him through for him to be able to do it. So if you move people from the pain point they're in, right? So if you're a fitness coach, from being overweight, right? They're overweight, they're struggling with their weight, or in my world, they're struggling, in their business. They don't know how to run ads. They've been, scammed in the past by different mentors. They're insecure in their offer. They don't know how to scale. They don't know how to make content. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to hire. They don't know how to get setters, closers. They don't have a mentor. They want a mentor. They want a community of other like-minded people. They want weekly accountability. They want someone to talk to. They have mindset issues. They have, team issues. They don't want to fire somebody, blah, blah, blah. All these different things. Like ads scare them. They don't know how to scale their ads. Their ads are working, but they're only on one platform and they want to diversify. All these different pain points, right? But if I could give them a magic red pill, or if you could give your prospects a magic red pill, right? So let's just say it like this. Let's say that there is a pill that exists that if you swallow it in, the 6 month or however long your program takes, let's just say for me, in 90 days after taking this pill, right, you will not only be out of this pain point, but you will be at the outcome that you want to be at, right? So let me just say it this way. You will be scaling, you will be making more profit, you will have a client acquisition funnel, and you will be having fun and making impact, right? So if I walked up to you at a dinner table and basically said, hey, I've got this pill. If you swallow it in 90 days, this will go away and you will be here. How much do you think people would pay, right? So if you're a fitness coach and you said, yo, you're 200 pounds, you want to get to 175, I've got a pill for you. If you take it, not only will you have a six-pack, be chiseled, but it's guaranteed, right? At first, you could have been charging $250 a month for your fitness coaching, or you could have been charging $2,500 for your high ticket offer, right? But if you look at it through the lens of this, it makes you realize like, wow, I could, for a pill, for instance, a fitness coach comes up to me and says, dude, you can gain 30 pounds of muscle. I would pay $10,000 for this. Honestly, I would even pay 15, being completely transparent personally, right? So whenever you're building your offer, go through this red pill test. Like, okay, if I could actually get them where they want to go, right? So if you're in coaching and you're making $10,000 a month, you want to get to 50. If I had a red pill, how much would you pay for that? $50K a month? That's life-changing. You would pay a lot of money, right? And so many times people shoot themselves in the foot by charging low ticket too little when they could have been charging a lot more. And for me, this is how I'll sum up this video. The comparison. I use low ticket to funnel people into my high ticket. Low ticket is honestly just the start of the relationship. High ticket is the thing where you're going to make a lot of profit and you're going to build a deep connection and be able to deliver insane results to people. So if you're thinking through like how much should you charge, right? How can I charge more? How could I, factor in low ticket? Should I do high ticket? I would say this. Start with high ticket. Right? Do the red pill test. If your offer is guaranteed, which if you have a proven process, it should be pretty dang close to getting people results every single time. So if that's true, which it is, and your program is 90 days, how much would somebody pay for a red pill that guaranteed that outcome after they swallowed it in 90 days, right? They'd pay a lot. So this is how you can charge more, and this is how you can just kind of build the belief, right? And yeah, I mean, if this is something you need help with, just overcoming the beliefs, right? You resonated with some of the pain points that I wrote out. Like, hey, Brandon, I've been watching your content. I've already watched the main video pinned on your profile where you kind of show the funnel that you guys use to rapidly scale coaches, and I want to be a part of the program. What I want you to do is click the link down below to book in a call with me and my team, and all we're going to do is chat through where you're at. What are the pain points, right? Like, how long have you been wanting to run ads and not doing it? How long have you been charging too little? How long have you been keeping that employee around who's driving you crazy, right? Like how long have you been sitting here, and how much longer are you going to stay here before you actually make a change, right? And we've basically crafted a pretty good red pill that's called one of two things. If you're a beginner coach, it's called Start. And if you're a coach who's like wanting to rapidly scale, it's called Scale, right? And in these two programs, we can help you achieve the outcome that you're looking to get. So if you want to learn more about that and how we can honestly come in and just implement this stuff for you and with you, what I want you to do is click the link down below. We'll chat. And yeah, again, if this video helped you, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share it with somebody. And again, if you're, been watching my content, you've been on the fence, seriously, a call with us won't hurt. So go ahead, click the link down below, and I'll chat with you soon.